Hey, Mark here. I have something fun for you. I have 5 digital copies of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 to give away. And if you listen to this episode the day it comes out and you want to message me by May 29th, May 30th, I can put you in for the drawing. I have it across all social channels, so there's no guarantee, but I do have 5 copies of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 to give out, and I would love to give a digital copy to you. So, the world's favorite blue hedgehog is back in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, now available on digital in this next level sequel. Sonic and Tails must save the world from Dr. Robotnik's evil plans. Buy Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and watch it today. Rated PG from Paramount Pictures. Hello and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a Necromonger, a half-dead Necromonger, who just got back from the Underverse and is currently traveling towards a hot planet named Crematoria. It's Norbert Morvan.
Threshold! Take us to the threshold! Ah! Jesus Christ, what's going on, Mike?
I'll steal your soul.
Yo, he took that guy's soul, okay? And a lot of things in movies where, for example, Shang Tsung, your soul is mine. He absorbs it. He keeps it. He takes your soul and keeps it. This guy takes the dude's soul and just like drops it on the floor, man.
Like a dirty towel.
Yeah, like it's nothing.
Lord Marshall does not care.
The Lord Marshall, right. No, not at all. No, not at all. His bag of FUCKs is empty.
When he came back from the Underverse, he dropped all those.
Yo!
Half man, half something.
Half something else, and I wrote in my notes, Spanish?
You know what I love about this movie, man? It's 3 movies, but
It is.
Okay, and I don't want this to sound in any way like I'm talking down on it, saying like, you're so cute. I don't want to say that, because this is an original property. This is new ideas, but I love how dorky it is. And but Vin Diesel's a D&D guy. He said he was playing D&D on set with Judi Dench, Tandway Newton, and Carl Urban. Like
that is awesome.
He was on set playing D&D. So when I say dorky, I guess maybe that's the wrong word, but it is just, there's Necromongers, there's Half Dead, there's Full Dead, there's Helion Prime. There's I don't like calling it Crematoria because I just want to call it Hot Planet.
I like that.
I mean, there are just, okay, in the beginning of the movie, okay, I'm letterkenning it right now, because I'm just frozen thinking about it. So in the beginning of this movie, he's been hiding in an ice cave for 5 years by himself. He gets captured. Right. And then, he takes a plane, and to Helion Prime, it's attacked. Then he wants to go kill a guy, and then he meets the Lord Marshall, a Necromonger, who wants to destroy the world. But then he escapes, and the bounty hunters that tried to catch him earlier catch him again, take him to the prison where Kira is staying from the first film, and then there's a 40-minute long subplot on a hot planet. That's correct. They leave the hot planet. Kira is kidnapped. She is turned into a Necromonger, and then she dies. And then he kills Lord Marshall, and he becomes the ruler of the Necromongers.
That's it.
And also, Tandway Newton, Dame Vaco, and Vaco, they have a subplot in there. She's kind of Macbeth, like Macbeth's wifing him a little bit in the right direction.
Oh, she's so supportive of his career and his future, job prospects. She just wants him to just be better. That's all.
I was watching Waterworld recently, and Dennis Hopper seemed to be the one guy that was like, screw it, I'm going to have fun on this movie. I am going to turn it to 11, and I am going to just smoke cigarettes. They're the smokers, Norbert. They're on an oil they're on an oil gasoline rig, and all they do is smoke cigarettes and have drag races. It's wonderful.
Insane.
But in this one, Dame Vaco Newton, she just like, for lack of a better word that I can think of right now, she sort of vamps it up and has fun with it and goes big and Shakespearean. I feel like she's the one who got the tone of this movie.
Exactly. And it's not for nothing. She is oozing sexuality and just, you should be the one who's the leader of the Necromongers, Lord Vaco. I am your wife. Oh, I see so much inside you. Oh, yeah. And I'm just like, okay, just keep talking.
Yeah.
Almost there. Love it.
Yeah, she works in like a necromonger 9 to 5, you know. She just plays
right.
Vaco. And he's just kind of like this
100%.
big dummy warrior. And she's just, but you know what? Every time she comes up to talk to him, he always goes, "Stop talking to me like that, woman." Mind your place, woman. But she seems to
Mind your place.
She seems to be very high ranking, Norbert, because she can just walk like Arion, the existential, no, the sprite, the SeaWorld sprite. Wait, what's existential? What words am I saying? Yeah, but no, she's a celestial.
No. She is an acromanima.
So her name's Arion, and she's an Aryan elemental. She's an elemental.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Did you just call her an acromon?
I called her a Gemini. That's what she is.
She was a SeaWorld. She was existential. But there's so many words, Norbert. It's easy to just call somebody SeaWorld in this. Yes. SeaWorldia. That's the water planet. SeaWorld. There's Hot Planet. There's SeaWorld. There's Death Planet.
And then New Mecca, right?
Yeah.
But apparently, New Mecca has all the religions. You know? So the dude that got his soul snatched, you know, unfortunately, his soul was snatched and thrown away. That planet is the Jesus planet, basically. You can worship whatever you want on that planet. The crematoria, like you say, that's the hot planet. Then we got Ice Planet. It's like the people who designed the sets were just playing 1980s Nintendo games. Okay, we need a water board. Okay, we need an ice board. Ooh, and then we get the sunshine board.
I love it.
Not the craftiest thought behind what kind of planets we got here. We need a Jesus board. Oh, let's get a bagel board.
Cheese board? But I like Vaco, though, Dame Vaco. She walks the elemental everywhere. She seems to have her as a prisoner. She straight up interrupts Lord Marshall and steps into things. She's more powerful than Vaco. But Vaco keeps going, "Stay in your place." Like he's just a big dummy.
Right. She's basically the wife of the vice president, but with massive huevos, if you will.
Yes.
CEGAF. She walks around, you know, Lady Vaco, are you supposed to be back here? Well, I am Lady Vaco, and oh, by the way, your soul is mine. Like, I wanted to see her do violence, too, because she was really rooting for the murder of Lord Marshall at the end. Yes, do it. You know, she's crazy.
I love it. She makes me so. She knew what movie she was in.
She's wonderful.
And listening to the commentary on this movie, it was once again, Norbert. I listened to the commentary of this movie. David Twohy, the director writer, and then you had Alexa Davalos, who Kira, who was a constant head tilt, and then you had Carl Urban on there, and wasn't the best commentary, Norbert. I didn't learn anything. They just talked about how great the movie was. And Alexa Davalos kept saying how she had to get in character to have her scenes with Riddick.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just gets killed.
I feel like this is one that the three of them were trying. Well, not the three of them, because I think Twohy, like we said in the last podcast, Twohy's just into this stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's into it. But I believe that Urban and the Jack
Davalos.
actress, they're just, I'm good. Am I getting paid for this? Okay. How much time's left? This is a movie I think they're trying to purge from their resume.
I love that you said the jacked actress, because she got in shape. She trained for months for this movie, but they never get to use any of it. Like she never gets a real action scene. I mean, Vin Diesel. In this movie, he gets so many scenes where he's laying on something and his biceps are just exploding out of his skin. But then she seemed to be equally as in shape as him, and they didn't get to highlight. Like, this is an Edge of Tomorrow situation where Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise rip it up.
Right. And Emily Blunt is just rampaging through these aliens. Compared to Tom Cruise? Oh, my God, yeah.
But I felt bad, though, because I'm like, man, she trained for months for this movie. But I know we're kind of making fun of it here. But in the end, Norbert, I love this movie because I think
I like it too.
you can cut out the middle 40 minutes because
Yes.
they do absolutely nothing for the plot. If you just stick with the beginning with the ice planet and then the mecha planet, and then you just stay there. Just stay there. Like, you don't need hot planet.
You know what? Well,
you don't
this
need
is the
SeaWorld.
thing, man. This is the problem. Unlike in the first movie where we get that kind of middle,
It's so
where
simple.
the characters get to breathe. Right. The characters get to breathe and hang out, you know?
Uh-huh.
And they get to bounce off each other and interact. This movie, they didn't believe in the Necromongers. They, Twohi.
Mhm.
I feel like he didn't trust the audience to get it. He wanted to make Dune. You could tell.
Oh,
You could
yeah.
tell he wanted.
Bro,
You could tell he
the
wanted to make
savior.
Dune.
Yeah.
You could tell he wanted to make Dune. You can tell that he's trying to make edgelord Star Wars the whole time, but he doesn't have the courage to let the Lord Marshal be the bad guy, and then we get invested in following the political intrigue of the Vaco family
Yeah.
trying to take over. So he throws in Prison Break Extreme in the middle. We get Eastern European jail warden. We have a vodka. We make deal together. Maybe you take plan. I give you money, but not too much money because I want I want to keep money as well. And Riddick. Just what? Can we get more Tandy on the screen, please? Tandy Newton's so evil and insane that she takes an air elemental up in a plane and threatens to throw this flying creature out of a plane. Like, she's just batshit crazy with just her rage and violence, and then pulls out like a knife sword thing, as if we haven't seen Dame Judi Dench, who strangely goes from being, I'm in chains, but not really, because I can phase through stuff, but maybe not. Like, we want more of that. We wanted more of that, but he didn't have the guts. He didn't have the guts to stick with it. So instead, welcome to crematoria. There are inmates and there are convicts. Inmates bring shame to the game. Which one will you be? We get that guy.
That guy.
I love that guy. I'm sorry.
Like, he's a good actor, but it's just so unnecessary.
Yes, the question is why. Every time he shows up, you're like, why?
It's like, listen, you earned your paycheck. I get
100%.
it. You have some gravitas. I would give you a free pass to SeaWorld. You tore it up. But sometimes I wonder, Norbert, if, okay, you look at the costume design of the Necromongers in New Zion, or Helion Prime. Helion Prime. And then you look at the production design, like Holger Gross, the production designer. He's a guy who also did Deep Rising, which I love. Broken Arrow. He did Stargate, Universal Soldier. He was an Emmerich guy. And then he did Chronicles of Riddick. In his last, then he went on to do Scary Movie 4, which is pretty interesting. But I mean, the production design, the sets, Norbert, are gigantic. There are massive set builds. I wonder if they just ran out of money, because it must have been really expensive to just have all the Necromongers, and there's only so many Necromonger things you can do. Oh wow, the person who did this also did like Book of Eli. Oh yeah, so this person's legit.
I feel like they didn't run out of money because it's all up there on the screen.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
When you watch this in HD, you can definitely see some green screen pop out a little bit more than it would in probably standard definition. But from what you say, no, man, because the graphics still holds up. Every once in a while, it kind of looks like a PlayStation 2 cutscene, but for the most part, the graphics hold up. And mentioning the fact that they did production design, the same person did production design on Stargate, you can absolutely see that here.
Yeah.
It's funny because the entryway to the Underverse kind of looks like, hey, there's an arrow pointing this way, go this way. It's so weird. Such a weird movie.
But the Underverse is real. Correct. So the Underverse is real.
Okay. So Lord Marshall,
he's been there.
He's been to the Underverse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he came back as half alive and half something else, maybe French. We don't know, right? So to stop him, Usually, good stops evil. But this time we need another kind of evil, you see? Because this guy is half man, half amazing. And so he went to the underverse. And so he comes back with a religion. All right? He comes back from the underverse with a religion. And the religion is life is antagonistic to the natural state. All right? So your verse, life is a mistake. And it's just everywhere. And we might need to get rid of that. But then again, when we stab you in the neck, you're going to be kind of alive, half dead, quarter Filipino, and a fifth Native American. You get it? And that's the religion.
Yeah.
Because we're going to take your soul or kill you, which ends up with us taking your soul. Right?
Yeah, they just take their soul anyway.
Okay, and then when we're unclear, we're going to go to the quarter deads.
Yeah, there's half deads.
Well, they're half dead, a fifth Scottish, and maybe 1/3 Singaporean.
Yeah.
All right, that's the religion. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, what is it, to wipe out everybody on Earth to send more people to the underverse where life is better? But
universe, not just Earth, the universe, bro.
But when you come back from the underverse, you're kind of crazy.
I mean, but your fashion sense is lit,
bro.
Okay?
That helmet with the faces,
son. You know that at the first shot where the helmet mask turns and its eyes blink. You know that the dude basically wrote the movie around that. Oh, yeah. That was the first idea he had. And then he wrote a movie around it. He thought that was the greatest thing. Absolutely.
This movie, yeah. So I think that image and then at the end with him on the throne looking depressed. Those are the two images they started with. And then that was it. That was it. Or no, him spinning on the cables.
Yes.
In the prison plant.
I wrote. Okay, so my note for that was, did Riddick take stripper pole lessons? Because that rope thing was unreal. He wrapped himself in that rope and went up. And I want to believe that was Vin Diesel that did that. I want to believe it.
Chewie said that it was a lot of Vin. So he said there were stunt doubles, but he said that shot, you could see a couple shots with Vin doing that. Because, dude, he's a brick in this movie. He's
100%.
I think people forget. I mean, Vin Diesel equals Din. Man, my words tonight, man. This is such a breath of fresh air for me because it just reminded me once again of Vin and his charisma. I mean, you look at Fast, you look at even his small role in Saving Private Ryan. Dude had it. The one thing though that I don't like about Riddick and Vin is when he gets onto the Merc's spaceship. And he goes, 3 things. I'm like, oh no.
You made 3 mistakes.
Oh, Toombs. When he says it to Toombs, it's like, and then he makes him listen to all 3 things. You took the job. You only brought 4 people. Empty gun rack. But Norbert, I gotta tell you, man, if I met you and I somehow annoyed you the first time that we met, you're like, 5 things. And then you say all 5 things, I would just walk. I would walk out of that room. I'm like, see you later. Nice meeting you, man. I'm out of here.
Whatever, jerk.
Yeah, if you're the guy that says 3 things and then says all 3 things, that's such a movie trope. I have never, Norbert, in your life, has somebody ever 3-thinged you?
You know who does that to you? Your parents. Okay? And this is in the 80s when the parents they'll beat the shit out of you when you've done things wrong. Call it spanking. I'm putting up air quotes because it's a podcast, and so you can't see it. But yeah, absolutely. First of all, didn't I tell you? Second of all, and then by the time the third thing, I told you. The third thing comes with pain.
Oh man. See? Did they say before they said it though? 3 things. Or did they just jump in with 1?
Okay, so they're coming at you, and as they're preparing the implement of pain delivery, and it's needing the belt. Or perhaps the cord, the extension cord, or maybe the wire hanger. And then there are 3 reasons why I'm going to beat you now.
Oh,
your parent.
That's fair.
Very disturbing. Very disturbing.
It makes sense for parents. But aside from parents, has anybody ever 3-thinged you?
No, no, not at all, not at all. And you being, ex Patrick Swayze Roadhouse bouncer guy, you would definitely have had the opportunity to be three-thinged more than I would have,
Yeah,
Dude,
no one's ever three-thinged me.
3 reasons why I need to get in this bar, bro. First, drip. Second, swag. Third, iconic personality, bro.
If they
And then you
said
just
that, I would have let him in.
no, then you rip his throat out, bro. You haven't been watching the movies.
But it's, yeah, just someone who three things you and then tells you the three things. It's just, I don't know. I love it, but but Vin Diesel does that a lot. Remember his speech in Knockaround Guys, Norbert? 500. 500 what? 500 fights is what I've been in. You get enough the first couple and you remember them, but then once you get up in the 250 range, it gets blurry, but then you get to 500 and you're just brick and mortar. You're a brick shithouse. You're just a piece of slab rock meat. Nothing hurts. I've been in 500 fights. Let me tell you about the first one. Let me tell you about the second one. Let me tell you about He's always speechifying people in his early movies. He's always dropping
Listen. He's doing this to show you he's got range. And also, a lot like H. John Benjamin, a lot of it is the voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not to say that H. John Benjamin is not talented, but H. John Benjamin has basically been doing Archer since he was doing the coach
phrasing
on home movies. Yeah. he's been doing that for 30 years, I feel like,
Wow.
And so you got your thing, and your thing is your voice. It's very sonorous. It's really resonant. And you do want to hear him just threaten people sometimes and just elucidate about things.
If you've been in 500 fights, Norbert, you're not telling somebody about that. You're just cracking them.
Oh, no.
You don't got time for that anymore.
Well, also, if you've been in 500 fights, your brain is probably like tofu at this point.
It's hanging out.
So you're not making sense anywhere. Yeah, absolutely.
You could brush your brain. Right
absolutely.
Now.
When you turn lights on in your house, you see on the wall, you have what is it? The brain disease.
Oh, I know. CRT?
Is it right? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, CRT.
Yes.
TRC. Not TLC.
I'm drinking scotch. You got a baby. None of us are thinking right.
And we don't have CRT, so that's good.
No, but I want some chicken. So you said there were 3 movies here. I counted 5 movies. Okay. Starts off as prestige Star Wars, right? Because we get Dame Judi Dench. We get Dame Judi Dench giving us just the most beautiful Shakespearean explanation of why 3-headed atomic space dildos that wipe out planets. Why do they wipe out the planets, right? And then we find out that good usually defeats evil, but there's another kind of evil that defeats evil, and that's the kind of evil we need, because now evil is Riddick. Riddick's evil now, right?
He's not evil though.
I know he's not, but we need another kind of evil, bro.
Yeah.
And so that's why and then the second movie we get Tooms the bounty hunter. All right, we find out how to not be a good bounty hunter with the 4-man crew that in Tooms, right? That's our second movie. And then, we get some crematoria shot. We get to see Jack. Jack is hot now. Jack is hot now. Right? And Jack will kick you in the face because she's got a knife in her shoe, apparently. Like Wolverine.
She does some good spin kicks in this.
Dude, she's a beast.
Yeah.
You get Sexy Dream's position about being the chosen one and glowy hands, right? That's our second movie, the end of our second movie. And then our third movie, we get Edgelord Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
We get dudes in extreme costumes. And we finally get some Keith David.
Yes.
Keith David, he comes back. These stories, they are bedtime stories. I can't do Keith David doing a Muslim accent. I could do Keith David, but not Keith David doing a Muslim accent. All right.
He moved quick when he got back too.
Oh, look, his accent is way better in this one than it was in the first, and I love that they brought him back because, as you and I know, you and I are stans.
Yeah, we are. We're KD stans.
And so I know you have a daughter, like you just mentioned, and so apparently he tells his daughter bedtime stories about how his 3 mentees were murdered on a desert planet by creatures who live at night and are burned when ultraviolet light contacts their skin. Is that a story that you're going to tell your daughter?
I'm already telling. She's
Yeah.
only 6 months old, and I tell her about Deep Blue Sea.
And about the time that you put that guy's face through a wall at the bar? What?
And
Is this what we're doing?
We've been reading Harry Potter to her at night, so yeah, we're loading her up.
Yeah, you're reading Harry Potter, some Donald Goines, a little bit of Arthur Miller. You're just giving her the truth.
Chuck Palahniuk, Palahniuk.
Hey, little daughter, today we're going to read Fight Club. Yeah. I am Jack Boiling Rage.
Have you read Choke?
These are bedtime stories. No, they're not, Keith David. No, they're not. All right. And we get the opposite of this in Aliens when Newt is talking to Ripley. Is that where real babies come from? Why do they tell children that monsters aren't real? Like, that's the result of telling your daughter horrible things.
Yeah.
Okay? You traumatize them. It's not a cool. And then Rashid was walking down this alley, and the monster grabbed him and tore him into pieces. We heard him scream, "Good night, my daughter." What?
Does he tell her about the time he fought the guy with the glasses?
Oh.
Or his time in the Arctic with a bearded man?
And one day, your father was in the Arctic, and there were many white people. He was the only black man there, which is the real nightmare of our story. Good night, my daughter.
Game over. Poof.
Oh, yeah. So that's our third movie, Edgelord Star Wars, when the Necromongers invade Helium Prime, right? Or New Mecca. I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of names.
No, Helium Prime, the attack.
Helium Prime.
Yeah.
Right. Edgelord Star Wars, the Necromongers attack their army real fast, murder them all. We get Dame Judi Dench comes back.
What?
Dame Judi Dench. But she comes back and gives the classy exposition about the Necromongers, and they advance planet to planet, murdering us all. And you, Riddick, are the only hope, and that's why I put a bounty on your head. Because me and Toombs, we are friends, you see, and sometimes bond. You must find the microfiche. And she's just M. She's M.
She's like, okay? I will meet my end in Scotland.
Exactly. She spends the whole movie being M.
Do you want to know in my notes, Norbert? I wrote James Duty Dench because that's what I said to Megan when I was talking to her about it. So I made sure to add it. I'm looking at James Duty Dench. I also have Hot Planet. All right, what are the other movies?
All right, yeah. So the third movie's Edgelord Star Wars, right? The fourth movie, Prison Break, but 90s Extreme, right? You know, welcome to Crematoria, guy. I'm going to kill you with my teacup.
Oh,
all right.
Was that your soup cup? What does he call it first? I wrote that down in my notes.
That's right. What is it, a soup cup? No. I said I would kill you with my teacup. Dude, I'm not going to lie. That was dope.
How do you think the protein waffles are in Butcher Bay?
Okay. Butcher Bay, the game I've been playing on my PC. So far, I haven't had any food, but I did stab a guy with a shank that I made in the bathroom.
Oh.
So I haven't food. But if the protein waffles were something you could eat in Butcher Bay, I would assume they would taste like people because there is nothing on that planet that you could turn into food except for the dead inmate.
Did I tell you how I bought that movie?
Go for it. Break it down.
I was a bouncer, and I started making extra money. And I was always really careful with money. I never went into debt. Like, my credit score is 840. So I never bought anything unless I knew I had money to back it up. So I started becoming a bouncer, and I got an influx of cash. So I got an Xbox, but Halo was my first game, of course. But my second game was Butcher Bay. And that game... The bomb.
That game's sweet, bro.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Dude, it was awesome.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that game. Nothing is wrong with Escape from Butcher Bay. The voices are dope. Johns is in it. You know? Like, real actors are in this, man. Michael Rooker.
It's good. It's a good game.
It's so good.
So what movie are we on? We're on the fourth movie?
We're on the fourth movie. The fourth movie is Prison Break. We get Teacup Murder. We get Welcome to Crematoria, guy. Right? We get, is there a name for this private little world of yours? I'm going to start saying that to people because I love that line. Is there a name for this private little world, Leo?
And Kira, Alexa Davallo, said she based her off of the lady from Evanescence.
I mean, no one even likes that band anymore. Give me a big sign. No one likes Evanescence, bro. Her career is short, wasn't it?
No, she's crushing it.
What is she doing?
Yeah, Alexa. Oh, yeah, no, she's in TV. She's been working steadily. I don't think this role. I don't think this movie was anybody's fault. I really don't. No. Dude, she's been crushing it. She was in The Man in the High Castle for 40 episodes. She's in FBI Most Wanted. She's in Mob City. She was in Clash of the Titans. She was Andromeda in that. She was in The Mist, Feast of Love. Feast of Love. Radha Mitchell from Pitch Black was in that as well. So yeah,
Radha Mitchell.
Like, she's been crushing it. She'd only been acting for 2 years before she got that, and then she got a show called Reunion. No, she stays busy. So
okay,
but I don't think for her though, this is what was asked of her. You got to be this tough prisoner, and then just get murdered. Like, there's really no role there.
No. She has no arc. And she has no arc at all.
And I'm not trying to say like she looks the part. Like, she got she got suitably jacked for this movie. She got in shape.
She's in great shape. She's in great shape. She's in great shape.
But this isn't her movie. It's really tough. To be that committed to a role that is essentially a Vin Diesel joint. I mean, this is about him right now, and
100%.
But justifiably too. I mean, this dude had XXX under his belt. He had Fast and Furious under his belt. Let's forget about Man Apart. Those kind of movies. I love that he left Fast and Furious, which is all about family, to go do A Man Apart. That always makes me laugh.
Yes.
But he had, so he did what? Fast and Furious, and he had XXX, he had Man Apart, Pitch Black was already a hit. I mean, he was just printing money, and so
he was on a roll.
They got over $100 million for this.
Yeah. And this is why when you say they ran out of money, I'm like, no, they didn't. No, they didn't.
And this is 2004 $100 million. This isn't 2021 $100 million.
Yeah. They opened the Universal Studios vault like boop 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 bum bum. Vin, here is all the money we have. Make the craziest movie about bounty hunters you can possibly make. They just gave him the whole thing, man. And so they made 5 movies here.
And then what's the last one?
And the final movie is Mortal Kombat. Movie 5 is Mortal Kombat 6, The Rising of Riddick. All right. And in The Rising of Riddick, he actually gets the shit beat out of him by the Lord Marshal, bro.
He's about to lose.
He takes a beating, bro. But the rising of Riddick occurs because the real strong encouragement, once again, of Lady Vaco to Lord Vaco. All right, it's time to take over, bro. Your time for advancement is now. You're going to be the one that gives the speech at the company picnic this year. Let's go, big boy. She's just motivating him, and he steps up.
Karl Urban was just getting off of Lord of the Rings, and he wears a helmet a lot in that movie. So he's moving on to this film, and he said, I didn't tell you this, David, but I didn't want to wear a helmet this entire movie. So he gave himself that awesome haircut. Or awesome, and he gave himself a very unique haircut, so that when David saw it, he's like, oh, we got to show that hair. So Urban, to get out of a helmet, gave himself a sweet haircut.
Dude, the haircut is mint.
And listen, it's not. Before we get to that final fight, I just want to run a little something by you here, because they dropped this movie in June. This was a summer movie.
It was supposed to be a tentpole, yeah, absolutely.
But it's crazy though. It opened up against Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. You are not beating that, right? You are not beating a Harry Potter movie. It doesn't matter what you are. No. And it was also up against Shrek 2, Garfield, and the Stepford Wives when Will Ferrell was throwing heaters every week. So it opened number 2, and it opened with 24 million. But the next week, Dodgeball comes out and The Terminal. And then Chronicles of Riddick drops to number 6. Harry Potter, Shrek 2, Garfield jumped ahead of Chronicles of Riddick in its second weekend.
You should apologize for that.
Chronicles of Riddick made 9 million.
That's horrible.
In its third weekend, you had Fahrenheit 9/11 White Chicks, which opened to 20 million, which makes me laugh. I love that. And then The Notebook, which made 14. But then,
oh God,
Chronicles of Riddick dropped to 4.5 million and it ended up in number 12 spot. Then Spider-Man 2 opened. Nothing's touching that. Nothing even opened up against that.
No.
But then it dropped down to 13th and made $1.3 million. So this movie fell off the face of the earth.
Yes.
Quickly.
Yes.
And I mean, I can see that though. I think people, you know what I think is interesting too, Norbert? And before we go on break, I just want to pitch this to you. I was thinking about this, where Pitch Black, right? Super cool. Saving Private Ryan, super cool. Boiler Room, super cool. I'm just going to keep saying super cool. Just Fast and Furious, super cool. Man Apart, super cool. Triple X, oozing cool. But then you go to this movie, and it's the first glimpse of maybe like a dorky Vin Diesel. This isn't fur jacket Vin Diesel. Does that make sense? This is a Necromonger kind of dorky thing. So I think people were expecting something awesome, and what they got was this, which is still fun. When you watch it all these years later and you kind of have that, because the expectations are gone, you can really enjoy it.
Right.
But look at Pitch Black's numbers. It did, it jumped off to 11 million. Then then it had a good hold to 7, then 5. Like, it actually held. It wasn't, it didn't have a steep drop at all. And it was in the theaters longer than Chronicles of Riddick was, because people liked it. So I just think, man, I think Chronicles of Riddick was just the first glimpse of dorky Vin, right? And then that disappeared for a while. It really did. That kind of Vin was gone for a minute. And I think it only started coming back recently, now that he is, he can kind of print checks now for his movies. I mean,
Deadshot?
Yeah, I mean, I love Bloodshot. We just released our second anniversary episode of that. Make sure, Bloodshot, and then he did The Last Witch Hunter. I mean, he voices Groot.
He's back in his D&D phase, right.
I mean, F9 just made bank. So if you're Universal, and Vin Diesel comes to you and says, hey, my movies make $1 billion, and even in pandemics, they make $700 million. Like, my movies, seriously, I make you money. Fast 7 made $1.7 billion. Fast 8, $1.1 billion. So give me $40 million, I'm making The Last Witch Hunter. Take it.
Okay.
If he goes, I want to make Bloodshot, $50 million. Take it.
Fine. Yeah.
And he didn't even go through Universal for Bloodshot, but I would just be like, go, take it. Right. You want Bloodshot? Take it. What do you want? You want $50 million to make Dungeons and Dragons, the documentary? Take it.
Right.
Like, just I will give you $50 million a year for whatever movie you want, as long as you make a Fast and Furious movie every other year.
That's correct.
So I think that's why we're starting to see a little bit more of a dorky Diesel. So he's back in money printing territory, so he can go back to being a dork, if that makes sense.
That's a solid theory, bro. It's a solid theory, because you can see that he really
he loves it.
There's so much going on in this movie. All right, and for what it's worth, this is his own franchise, man. This is his. You can't ever pass this off to somebody else. This is his franchise, in the vein of Die Hard's Bruce Willis. Arnold could have done Predator 2, but he didn't. So the Terminator is Schwarzenegger. That's his franchise. For Christ's sake, he came back at 70 years old to be in Terminator Dark Fate, man. And they managed to put him in Terminator 3 as the T-800. They just took his face, and he's in the deleted scenes. So, yeah, Vin, this is his franchise. And I want another one. I want number 4.
Make it.
3 was awesome.
Dude.
3 was awesome.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. That's going to be sweet. And that's another movie that's 3 movies, but I still love it. And also, I want another Last Witch Hunter. And I want another Triple X movie. Because I'm telling you, dude, Triple X 3, or Triple X Return of Xander Cage, that movie's a bomb. Donnie Yen, Tony Jaa. Yeah. Like, that's a badass cast right there. And this one, man, I love that he has an original franchise. And no matter what you think about this movie, I reached out on Facebook and I asked people what they thought about it. And Billy, Jesse, Neil, they all love this movie. And I think there's a reason, because it's just, there's a lot of love in this, man. David and Vin love this movie. They and
100%.
You know what's funny too is Judi Dench. I'm gonna get her Judi Dench. I'm gonna get her name right.
Jim Booty Hench.
She said she had no idea what was going on, but she loved hanging out with Vin on set, and she loved the sets. So he got Helen Mirren too for Fast movies. Like I love Vin. He got Momoa for Fast 10. Dude,
he reaches, bro.
You know what I hate, man? It's like Dwayne Johnson dropped all that crap on him, but he's out there getting Helen Mirren. He's getting Judi Dench. Yeah. He's getting Jason Momoa, John Cena. He brought in Statham. He brought in Johnson for Fast 5. Like,
that's right.
He is so smart with Diesel. Like, when he made Last Witch Hunter, I'm gonna get Game of Thrones actors. He just knows. Right. Like, I think he just swings big, and he just brings in. Like, I love him in Bloodshot, right? I know you make fun of that movie, but I love it. But at the end, it's him, Asa Gonzalez, and Lamorne Morris just driving around the Airstream, and they're just gonna go rip it up. That's an awesome cast, man. I'd watch that all day. So I just love I love his flexes in this movie. He's this big dork. So he brought in Carl Urban, who was hot at the time. I mean, Carl Urban was hot. He brought in Judi Dench. This is a $100 million movie, and he's like, I want Judi Dench first. It's like, I need like this. I love it, man. Dude swings big. There's cool costumes in this movie. It's fun to watch. There's a lot of love there. It's just 6 movies. That's its biggest problem. It's not focused at all.
No. It's not. And the sad thing is, we bring back Jack, and we bring back the Imam. Right. We bring back the Imam. We bring back Jack. Imam gets to sacrifice himself for his family. Cool. Jack, she brings up some good points, bro. You ditched her.
Yep.
You ditched her. And that was after you learned about the power of friendship and love, man. Okay? So yeah, she's justifiably bitter, but on the other hand, he's also right. You signed up with Mercs. You know how he hates Mercs, babe.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
But he goes and lives on an ice planet for 5 years.
He goes to Hoth, He's riding tauntauns. He's riding the tauntaun.
He's ripping arms off of Wampas.
He's just ripping those arms off.
Okay. So did he go to that ice planet because he doesn't trust himself around other people? Or he didn't want it? He said he went there to make her safe. Because if she knew where he was, people would get her. And does that make... So... Well, if no one can find him, it doesn't make sense to have her around.
It's another problem with this movie. The characters definitely have motivations. Sometimes it's not super clear or it doesn't make sense, right? Mm-hmm. Keith David explains that, hey, James Judi Dench is the one who put the bounty on your head.
The Celestial.
So that she could talk to you about, you're a Furian. And Furians have a lot of fury, and the fury is the power. So after she explains that to you, which all boils down to, these cats want to kill every human in the universe and take them to the verse that is the underverse or whatever. But the bottom line is they want to kill everybody. He goes, it's not my fight.
Defiant until the end.
Yeah, that's not cool, James Goody Hench. It's not cool at all.
Just...
main stoolie head.
This world will be destroyed. There will be nothing left. I'll be fine. No, you won't be fine. I'll be fine. This world will be a black hole. I'll be alright.
And not just the world, bro. They're killing all humans.
Everything
and so far.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. No, you're fine.
That's good.
They're killing all humans, bro. You are a human. Yeah, no. They're wiping out planets with giant 3-headed dildo nukes. It's gonna affect you, bro.
They built something that's gonna suck everything in this galaxy into something and wipe it out and turn it into nothing. I'll make it. Like, no.
Yeah.
You know what I do love though is when Dame Judi Dench, does her opening narration. Now, I really dislike post-apocalyptic or futuristic narration for the most part, because a lot of times it's going, the world is turned to ash, demons are eating my body, The world has become vampires who feast on flesh, then feast on each other, then feast on that flesh, then feast on each other.
Yeah.
My entire family was slaughtered by marauders. It's I hate monotone narration, but when Judi Dench does it, it just sounds okay, cool.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
On Sunday we had a swimming pool, and by Thursday the pool was dry. All of my friends had drank the water, and I explained to them it was not saline. You're just like, yes, I'll take that, Judi Dench.
Reading the Cheesecake Factory thing, yeah. It's definitely better than what Virginia Madsen's opening dialogue in Dune.
You know, I still haven't sat down and watched that because because there's certain movies you got to be in a frame of mind, you know? Dune, The Road, you know, Book of Eli. You can't just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch Book of Eli today. You can't do that. You need to be in a mood.
I feel like hating myself today. I'm going to go watch The Road. I'm just going to watch the cannibalism scene in The Road 300 times.
Exactly.
Good old Cormac McCarthy.
That's right. And then Judi Dench comes out.
Wait, no, not
40 years ago. We set the world on fire.
Wait,
Cormac McCarthy wrote the book.
Oh, yeah, he did. Cool. I was like, I mixed him up with someone else who wrote All My Friends Are Gonna Be Strangers, but I forget who wrote. I'm losing it. But yeah, I did read The Road, the book. That's a gnarly one. What's his other book, Cormac McCarthy? His one that will never be turned into a movie. That's absolutely...
The Country for Old Men.
Oh, no,
Country for Old Men.
He wrote one that they say can never be turned into a movie. And people have been trying for years to make it into a film. Let me look this up. He did write All My Friends Are Gonna Be Strangers. I love that book. I'm a lit major, man. Lunch? Oh, Blood Meridian, dude. Blood Meridian.
I've heard of that.
Have you read it?
Well, if Naked Lunch could be turned into a movie, bro. An excellent movie with your boy RoboCop, Peter Weller.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be unfilmable.
I just don't know how you can do it.
Yeah.
After reading Blood Meridian, that's a bonkers book. And they tried to do all the pretty horses, too. I don't know. You know, I worked with that cinematography. I was a stand-in on a movie called Jane Mansfield's Car, and I worked with him. And he was also on a Golden Corral commercial as well that I worked on.
Golden Corral.
Bro.
Nothing screams America like Golden Corral.
I had to go
Cheesecake
sprinting into a Burlington coat factory because we shot all night. And Atlanta's crazy because it'll be kind of warm, but then it drops. And it's not like Wisconsin winter, but you're not dressed for it. So when it hits in the 30s and you're just wearing a shirt, it's horrible, Norbert. So I went and bought a sweater at Burlington Coat Factory. That's what I'll always remember from that. But
it's like $3, bro.
Now we're on Cormac McCarthy, but
We've completely forgot
one of my favorite musicians, Ben Nichols of Lucero, one of my favorite bands. He did a album that is like he basically inspired from Blood Meridian. So it's like all the songs are Blood Meridian-esque. It's really good. So if you ever want to listen to Ben Nichols sing about Blood Meridian, you should do it. That's a lot of B's.
And knowing it's half the battle.
Hey, so how about this? We're almost done with the episode, but let's take a quick break so I can put some ads in here. And when we come back, we'll talk more The Chronicles of Riddick.
Rock on.
All right. This is a loose episode, but I think it's perfect. I'm not going to edit it. The thing is, we still did our research, and we're making salient points.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've talked about the movie a lot, bro.
Yeah. I think we've talked about this movie more than many others.
I was just about to say, that's right. Yeah, we've broken down a lot of details and specific lines and shit. Absolutely. Yeah. You know?
Okay. I got a couple questions for you when we get back. You ready?
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, here we go.
Oh, 1 sec. Okay, ready.
Okay. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks, and we just had a really good laugh coming back from break. It took me a while to actually get us back from this break because I started thinking about the scene in this film where Riddick is going to save Jack, but there's another guy on the cliff, the smoking cliffs, and for a while he's like, am I going to get rescued by Riddick? And Riddick goes blasting past him and saves Jack, and the guy just gets eviscerated into nothingness. But it just makes me really happy that for a second the guy's going, is Riddick coming back for me?
Me, bro?
Yeah.
Me?
Is this happening? Is this happening right now?
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes me really happy. And also, too, I mean, the CGI dogs in this movie,
they're massive.
They're huge. I mean, they're deadly, but he doesn't keep them. Like, there's no reason for them. But I still like deadly dogs, I guess. But yeah, that's
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's the equivalent of the Marvel movies today. You know, this is how Wolverine got his jacket.
Mm-hmm.
It's that scene. It's that scene, you know. You and I have played, Escape from Butcher Bay.
Yeah.
And the eyes, you get the eyes from some magic dude in Butcher Bay. And he just randomly gives you these magical eyes. And so the cigarette story, he gave 20 cigarettes to get the eyes. Where do those eyes come from? They come from the dogs? So he ripped them out of a dog and put them in his head? It just brings up more questions that they don't bother to answer.
And then because she says, yeah, I had 20 cools and no one would do it for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But also, too, how do Dame Vaco and Vaco communicate? Because it looks like the cell phone system for the Necromongers is dead bodies.
Yeah. Dead bodies and apparently water.
Yeah.
Oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's their cell phone.
It's frightening. It is alarming. I'm pretty sure that it cost them a part of whatever soul they might have left that he didn't rip out. Maybe that wound that they get on the sides of their neck starts oozing as it talks. Dude, it was gross. And it kind of sounds like in Ninja Scroll, there's an anime called Ninja Scroll where the characters they talk basically two cans connected by a piece of wire, but it's in the mouth. And so it was really cool that they pulled that effect off, though. The verse, Hoffmeyer, you have to get down with the verse. That's all there is to it.
It's got to get down with it.
It's not the sickness, it's the verse, all right? And then the dead person that they use, quarter Italian, half Vietnamese.
Quasi-dead.
Maybe a fifth Ugandan.
Whoa.
The quasi-dead. That's how we transmit the phone calls.
It's
One
insane.
moment, please. One moment. We're looking for a corpse to deliver your message, sir.
And then they have the seeing eye monster that they just walk around very slowly. But you could do that with goggles. And the only things that creature sees are things that are really close to it. So
that's correct. That's correct.
I mean, it's a cool visual, right?
Yes.
And I think that's once again they're just like, that's cool. We're putting it in.
The entire movie is just two guys sitting in a room. It'd be fucking great, bro. Like there was a face, and like when the face turned around, there was another face, but like it was blinking eyes. And what if this dude with like a purple lens visor, he only sees people, but like veins and the color orange? Because he doesn't say orange, he says orange. I'm sorry.
And then crematoria.
Yeah.
Hot planet.
Hot planet.
It's a hot tub. We got Hot Planet. We have Death Planet.
Brown Planet.
Eddie Murphy just walks by.
It's hot.
That'd be funny if there's a cut scene where it's just Dame Vaco, and some other people hanging out in a hot tub, and then there's that scene. Woo!
They're just talking political intrigue. Vaco, I find that you are the greatest of all of the Necromongers. Too hot! Yay! Eddie, it's wonderful to see you. Come, perhaps there's a place for you in our cabinet. Can't do it! Got to go!
Yeah!
He just starts lashing kicks.
And then Vaco, watch your place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Vaco tells me, watch your hands on my wife.
Did Dame Vaco get necromongered?
They are all dead, bro. This is what.
Why she still got the sass?
Okay, they were all humans.
Yeah.
The universe is full of humans, right? There are Furians who are apparently just the most badass until they were all killed by this guy.
I love how there's the most badass race of humans that get wiped out.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were all humans at one point. They were all alive. And their souls were literally ripped out and then just tossed aside. And then they get stabbed in the neck. So they're, half alive, half dead, quarter Vietnamese.
But why is Dame Vaco so much more lucid?
They're not slaves. They're not slaves. It's just that what we see, those they are politicians. They still have all of the human political intrigue, and I'm sure that somewhere on the giant necromancer ship there is a souvenir shop and a bakery, and maybe there is a necromancer shoe store, a place where you can get your armor waxed, okay? Because they have civilization. It's just that there's a soldier class, and you can tell it's a clearly defined stratus.
Yeah.
Because at least those four, right? The leader is the Grand Marshal. And then you got Tandy Newton. You got Dame Vaco and Lord Vaco. They're together. And then you got the dude who, spoiler alert, he's the Furion, who's on their team.
Yeah.
He's like either equal to or under the Vacos.
Yeah. The dude from Vikings. And
so there's got to be
awesome.
others like them.
Got it. Are they eighth dead?
He was awesome.
Are they eighth dead?
They're eighth dead, quarter French Canadian.
Makes sense. Yeah, Linus Roach, man. He and Mandy and Vikings and Homeland. That dude is so good. There's so many good actors in this movie, man. So many good actors.
It's not a bad movie.
No, it's just too many movies.
It's weird, yeah. It's weird. It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. And if you try to watch 1, 2, and 3, it sticks out as like, this movie's really strange.
Because Pitch Black is good because of the simplicity and the characters who are very gray. They're not black and white.
Right.
This one
right. Everybody's got.
This one is like all black and white characters, very one note, and it's 6 movies, but it's still fun. It is. There's so many neat ideas. The one thing I think is, I know it had $100 million budget, but I do feel at times it got stretched. I think they went for a $150 million movie on a $105 million budget. I wish they would have scaled back I wish they would have made 4 movies. Skip the prison planet. Yeah, you know what? She could have been one of the mercs hunting him down, and then they catch him, and then he has to reunite with her.
That would have been so much better.
Yeah, and then she's established. She has her own crew.
They bring her back. She is not only hunting him, but she's like, no, we're not cool, actually.
Yeah.
I never liked, And then when she dies, now, okay, it's a more earned death. Because the way she dies in the movie is pathetic.
Mm-hmm. Not good.
Yeah,
I hate woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Turn her into a necromancer, and she gets stabbed by a statue. It's the worst, bro. It's the worst. No. You turn Jack into a bad guy because you've already kind of hinted that Imam turned on Riddick. And that makes the first hour of this movie is cool, man. The first hour of this movie is real solid. Why did the Imam turn on? There are questions in your head. Imam turned on him? What the hell? What happened to Jack? What are we talking about here? Why is Tandy Newton so hot and fully clothed?
So during the commentary, I guess David was talking to some press, and some guy goes, I have a 3-word review for Chronicles of Riddick. And he goes, Tandy Newton dress. That was his 3-word review. And then I like the Alexa Duvall. She went, gross.
Yeah.
But then
listen, I'm a monster.
But then Tui was like, nah. He started sticking up for the reporter. But
bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I was watching Westworld exclusively because I was like, wait, Tandy Newton's naked in this? I'm that guy. I'm sorry. And I was proven right because Westworld season 2 and season 3 were not good. And not because they lacked Tandy Newton nudity, but because, suddenly they became Terminators.
It's tough for a lot of shows when you think about Lost and Westworld. I feel like you plan for a first season for years. And you have this outline, and then like, okay, great, get us the second season in 6 months.
In 6 months, right? You're like, wait, what? You're like, what? You're like, what? But the problem is, Westworld, you have the movies. Yeah.
There
have been 1 or 2.
1.
There was the original, and did they remake it? But anyway,
I think
Anyway,
Jurassic Park.
you have the movie, and then you have the book from Crichton.
Yep.
And the first season was not. The first season was not the book at all.
Yeah, I don't.
So they have material to draw from, but they didn't.
Just keep it in the park. But Lost,
Yeah,
they had to get off the island eventually. But I don't think they got off the island until season 3 or 4. So keep them in the park.
J.J. Abrams and the dudes that ended up making Battlestar Galactica, they tell you straight up, I don't have a plan.
Yeah.
You don't know the smoke monster? I don't know who he is either.
Can I tell you something?
They didn't like this shit.
Something that makes me very happy. So J.J. Abrams, when they made the pilot for Lost, he's like, yeah, smoke monster, yeah, this, yeah, that. And he's like, okay, guys, you explain it. And then he just left. So then like we have to explain a polar bear. So I love when he made Force Awakens and he had all these mysteries, and Rian Johnson went, nah. Nah.
And that's why I like the second.
And then he just went, I ain't playing JJ.
Yeah. That's why I love the second movie. Because it's like, you know what? Your parents were homeless, and you're a bum, and no one cares.
Yeah.
You want to join me? All right, whatever. There's other people with the Force. No one cares about Skywalker.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And Snoke.
I was like, yes.
Yep.
Let's go. Snoke is a loser. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. They had no plan. I'm wiping the slate clean. Good luck. See you in movie 3.
I am killing this polar bear.
Yes. Kill the polar. I'm sorry. We've once again gone off topic.
The first thought, though, I had in my brain. The first thought I had in my brain when watching Last Jedi was that scene in the Chappelle Show where he's like, F your couch. And he's just kicking the couch. That was Rian Johnson.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
That is exactly what it was, and that's why I love it.
All right, but all right. So, hey, final thoughts about the Chronicles of Riddick, and I'm looking forward to Riddick. This has been really fun to revisit these films. So I've really enjoyed this. I'm glad. Well, I think you suggested one of them, and I was like, let's do the franchise. But this has been fun. Any final thoughts?
Let's do the franchise.
Yeah. Any final thoughts about Riddick?
It's a solid movie that you put on in the background on a Saturday afternoon. You know. I'm from New York. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. And so you could turn on the TV on a Saturday that you didn't go outside and just have a movie on. And it would be fun to watch, even if it was dumb and you couldn't exactly explain everything. This is that movie. This is a watchably bad movie. But
and there's 6 movies. So if people don't like one of them, you're on to the next one.
Just use your chapter forward. Use chapter forward on your DVD player if you're still watching DVDs, or just press forward, skip ahead. You can skip certain things. It's fine. Whatever. You miss nothing.
Well, this was fun, man. Thank you for joining me.
Your body is a wonderland, Hoffmeyer.
For our CRT, Dame Judi Dench, and SeaWorld talk. This was fun.
Yeah, man. Mame Lucy Pants, yo. The Furion is coming.
And also, hello to everybody in Hong Kong who listens to the show. We were just number 12. That's pretty good. It's pretty awesome.
Peace, Hong Kong.
That's right.
Peace, Hong Kong.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Norbert Morvan, this is Movie Sons of Flicks. We'll see you next week. Oh, crap. Do you want to plug something before?
I'm on the SoundCloud, Norbert Morvan. I'm on the Twitter, @Eddie Kane, EDDIECAINE. That's it. Listen to my music. I just made a song about the patio. Like to hear it go.
We need to do a David Bowie music moment draft. 'Cause you're a Bowie guy.
I do like Bowie, man. I play a fairly basic form of The Man Who Sold the World on the guitar.
If you take Life Aquatic, we're going to fight. I'm just going to hang up the call. That's my number 1 pick right there. Sue George. Portuguese covers. Bowie.
It was impossible. And that was really what opened my brain to the possibilities of Bowie. Because I knew about David Bowie before that movie. But Sue George, he's murdering that guitar. And singing Bowie in Portuguese is mind-blowing.
And the whole
that is
soundtrack,
hard, folks.
The whole soundtrack's badass. Oh, man, I love that movie.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, thank you for joining me, Norbert.
Love you, man.
Love you too, dude. We'll see you later. We'll talk Riddick.